Good evening and welcome to the 2025 Innovation Competition at the University of Findlay. My name is Jacqueline Schalk and I will serve as MC this evening. I serve as an assistant professor of business as well as the assistant dean of the College of Business. I would like to take a moment to introduce our judges this evening. Going from left to right, we have Joe Fenimore, president of the Findlay Sluggers. Sherry Garner-Brumbaugh, CEO and President of Garner Trucking. Steve Repke, Attorney at Law, Eastman and Smith. And Kurt Kern, Distinguished Visiting Professor in Entrepreneurship. We are excited to have all of you with us this evening and thankful for the opportunity to hear about all of the wonderful ideas that our students and community members have to share with us tonight. However, before we do that, I would like to welcome Sherry Brumbaugh to the stage to give a short explanation on the history of this event and why we are here this evening and a little bit of background. Sherry?
Sure, I think, can you hear me from here? Great. Welcome this evening. My name is Sherry Garner-Brumbaugh. I am President, CEO of Garner Trucking here in Findlay, Ohio. We're celebrating 65 years in the trucking industry this year. So came to Findlay in 1960. My parents, Vern and Jean Garner, one truck, and today we have close to 100 trucks. So we have grown. Findlay has been such a big part of that. It has been a wonderful community to have a business, raise a family, and just enjoy our employees and their families as well. We think of ourselves as a little company that thinks big, especially when we started with one truck. Now I'm in the business. I've been in the business pretty much all my life. I am a teacher by trade. I say I'm a teacher by trade and a trucker by heritage. I have degrees in education and taught for a little while, but came back to the business. The true entrepreneur was my father. He was the entrepreneur, as the true sense of the word. I'm in business, but I'm not an entrepreneur. I have the pleasure of working in that business, but he had the dream. He worked in a factory. He graduated from high school 18 years old, and like most of his buddies, he went to work in a factory at Libby Owens in Toledo. And when it got slow, as the auto industry does, he would, when he would get laid off, he'd go drive a truck or drive a bus, or he'd work at the local fueling station and fuel cars and do what they used to do, is wash windows and check your oil and do the gas attendant. They don't do that anymore, at least in Ohio anyway. But he loved his trucks, and after being laid off a few times, trucking was always there. It was always there for him, and he said, you know what, trucking's always there. By this time, my older sister was born. He had married his high school sweetheart, and he needed to provide for his family. So he went out on a dream. He went to a bank, and many of you have probably done some of your due diligence in your business plans as you present today, that he went to a bank and he needed to borrow $600 to buy a truck, one truck, $600. That wouldn't even fuel the tanks in my trucks today. But the banker said, well, Vern, you better not miss a payment, because he had a payment on that truck for $600, because if you miss that payment, I'm going to come and take that truck. So he did miss a payment, and he went back and he bought 2 trucks. And that was his dream, to be a businessman, own his own business, work it himself, and that's what he did with my mom along his side. My mom, by day, she was a homemaker, but she also, our kitchen table served as her office where she invoiced, our phone where the orders would come in. She was the dispatcher, she was the safety director, she was everything. She was our back office business. So they built that business, and today, 65 years later, we're still here. Our connection with University of Findlay, if I will share with you, back in, I would say, It was early 90s. My dad was very successful and loved Findlay. He was both my parents were very giving to this community. And the invitation was extended to him to serve on the University of Findlay Board of Trustees. And that was extended to him. My dad was a high school graduate. He wasn't a college graduate. And when the invitation came, it was around Thanksgiving time. And we sat at Thanksgiving, and he said, well, I've got something to share with you. I said, you know, the University of Findlay has asked me to join the trustees. I'm not a college graduate. I don't know whatever I could, give to this, or participate to this. And we said, you could give a lot. You are a businessman. You can give back to this university, and you will give your time and talent. And it was ironic. He found himself on the Buildings and Grounds Committee. My dad was articulate about his lawn. If you didn't see him at the business, he was at home working on our property. He was always mowing the lawn, sticks. We live in the woods. I have the pleasure of living there now in our homestead. And so he was very particular. And so for him to be on the Buildings and Grounds here at University of Findlay was perfect for him. And I look around the campus today, and I see my dad, because I know he had a lot to do with this beautiful campus that is here today, and he was part of it. So in his giving, and he would say to us, he made a lot of deals. And in trucking, you sign your life away a lot. And he signed his life away a lot for a lot more trucks past those two. And they're a very expensive proposition these days. And were then. He would do sales as well. And he got a lot of pleasure of making, customer deals. But he said one of the most satisfying and the most proud moment that he had was when he set up his endowment here at University of Findlay, because he knew that it would give back. My father passed in 2007, and here it is in 2025, and we're going to give some significant amount of dollars tonight to you. And he would be thrilled that it was part of his giving is still here today, so many years later. I still have my mom. She's around, and she's a feisty 85 years old. She doesn't like to come to meetings, and she doesn't really like to travel that much anymore, but she is made aware. I told her I was going to be here this evening. Together, really, they gave that endowment. It is named in his name, but it was a combined effort. So congratulations for you for putting your plans together today. Just coming on stage and presenting it is huge. I encourage you to take your plan and go beyond today and live that dream. So thank you for allowing us to be part of it, and thank you for being here this evening.
Thank you so much, Sherry, for sharing some of your family story. We're certainly very thankful of you and your family's support of the University of Findlay. So before we move forward this evening, I wanted to give a quick overview of the process that we will go through for each of the categories. Each presenter will have 4 minutes to present their idea to the judges. They will, I believe, receive a few second warning from Carla's bell. We will go ahead and test that out here just to ensure that it's, oh, excellent. Yes, very good. And then after the 4 minutes of the presentation, judges will have 4 minutes to ask questions of each speaker. Between each section or category, we will have a short intermission so that the judges can complete their judging scoring sheets. And then at the end of the evening, we will announce the winners. The order of events tonight, we will first have the high school division. We will then move to the innovative business idea. And then last, we will go to the student and business division. So once the competitors are finished, we will have our last intermission, at which point you will be encouraged to get snacks and drinks one last time, and then we will come up to announce the winners. So without further ado, we will start with the high school category. First up this evening is Raven Maynard, who is from Harding High School in Marion, Ohio. Raven, if you could come to the stage and join us, everyone, please give Raven a round of applause.
So my name is Raven Maynard, and today I'm here to present my business plan for my business 3D Fairy Tale. Make sure I got it. So 3D Fairy Tale is a business dedicated to making and selling 3D printed jewelry and accessories. I try to make them unique, affordable, and eco-friendly. I try to make sure my prices are affordable. Compared to competitor prices, it's not much, but for some people, it can make a big difference. I try to make them unique and styleful, sorry. My 3D printed designs, I design myself, and I try to make them very meaningful. I try to be eco-friendly. I use wood PLA and recycled materials to make sure that they are eco-friendly. So I use 3D printing technology for my products. I have 2 different 3D printers. You don't see much jewelry being made that is 3D printed. My demographics, it mainly caters to women because the jewelry, but is inclusive to anyone, any gender or age. I plan on having an online store that anyone with internet access can access. And it would appeal to the LGBTQ+ community and those who like handcrafted jewelry. My customer lifetime value is about $625 over a 10-year basis on an average sale of $13 and 5 repeat purchases. Selling 100 units at $13 each will bring in about $1,300 in revenue. The cost to produce those 100 units is $3.15. And after subtracting that cost, the profit is about $985, resulting in a gross margin of 75.77%. Over a 12-month forecast, this is what I estimate how many customers I will have and how much it will cost. Starting in January 2026, I plan on having about 30 customers starting out and adding on 10 customers each month. There are spikes in June and December. June because Pride Month, and my target audience is a big LGBTQ+ community, and they are a wide variety of targets. And in December because of the Christmas season and those people who want to buy gifts for their relatives and their friends and family. Cost structure, the total sales and marketing for the first year is about $600, which will acquire approximately 1,000 customers. This results in a customer acquisition cost of $1 per customer. Distribution costs, I plan on using envelopes to ship out my products. I have a thermal label printer that I plan on printing off the labels. And human resources cost, I plan on only starting out with myself, but later on I may want to hire someone to handle my social media presence. Competitive advantage, compared to my competitors, my jewelry I try to make in a cutesy style, fairy tale aesthetic. Not many people sell 3D printed jewelry, and that's all.
Per unit, the shipping costs that you have involved to send these out?
Yes, so I already have a thermal printer to print out labels, so that won't really cost me much except for the physical labels I need. And I plan on ordering envelopes. They are cheaper and more lightweight, and they would be perfect for my jewelry. bigger products, I plan on using boxes and shipping out. I plan on having the customers pay for shipping on the website for the jewelry.
How many have you sold to date? Have you sold any this
I
date?
haven't sold any currently. I plan on, I don't have the financial startup to start the business quite yet, but I do have a wide range of people who do want to buy my jewelry. I'm still in the process of making it and designing all of the jewelry and the accessories.
So in the entrepreneurship world, we talk about sources and uses of cash. So talk to me about how much money you need as a source or a gift or a grant from this competition, and how do you use it?
So any money that I earn from this competition, I plan on paying for to my business and helping me build the website that I need. I plan on using anything I do to improve my business, to make more different products, maybe later on buy some more 3D printers.
Civil follow, or DECA, or
I am in DECA. I was one of the finalists in states recently.
excellent. Thank you.
In your cost to a product, have you amortized the cost of your printer? Included the fact that it will need to be replaced at some point?
Yes, I have reviewed how much my printers have cost, and I have reviewed what stuff I would need for maintenance. I've kept that in mind, so later on I will make sure I am prepared for anything that I need.
When you're selling your first product, are you designating a portion of that sale price to essentially a reserve fund that will replace your printer? I don't know how many products a printer can make, but at the end of a period of time, you've got to pay for that new printer.
Yes.
And you should have recovered enough money to pay for that printer by the time you get there. Is that in your calculations?
Not yet, but I can fix that later.
Anybody else I have one final question. The name of your company, and how do you relate that name of your company to the products you're making and selling?
So my products are 3D printed. So the 3D part of the name to show that they are 3D printed items. And then fairy tale because the majority of my products are themed after like fairy tale cottage core vibe. They are kind of cutesy fantasy items.
Have you considered any expansion of your product line?
Yes, I plan on making more 3D designs to print off later on, some different accessories. I had a product catalog, but sadly I haven't gotten that back from DECA yet.
Thank you very much.
Great job, Raven. Next, we will invite to the stage Mason Beining from Ottawa Glandorf High School. He has a goal to pursue his career as an entrepreneur and sell the next big thing. So Mason, go ahead and come up and join us on stage. A couple of quick reminders for the contestants. If you could stay at the microphone for the questions, and judges, if you could also use your microphone when asking questions. We want to ensure that the audience can hear and also that we can record this for all of eternity. So thank you for that. Come on up.
I'm Mason Beining with Smelly Kid Candle Company. About Smelly Kid Candle Company, I started this when I was 9 during the height of COVID. We were on lockdown, so I had nothing else to do. I was going to start by making clocks, but I decided against that because candles are a consumable item, and you're going to sell more candles than you will clocks. Our business overview, obviously we started during COVID. Majority of our sales are at community-based events, farmers markets, holiday craft shows, things like that. I like getting into those. I get to meet people. It's a lot of fun. I'm the sole proprietor. I own the company, pour all the candles, manage it, bookkeeping, everything. And products range from $3 to $20. Some of the unique and innovative aspects are that I am a kidpreneur, which people tend to like more than like a normal entrepreneur. I have a lot of personal connections, which helps me. It's just nice to know people. I donate product to community events. Just recently, I donated to an organization called On Target to help with one of their quarter auctions, because they're a great organization. And I have creative names for all of my candles. It helps give people a laugh. And that's some examples. Our forecasted profits are in the graph. The blue is past profits, and then the green is forecasted profits for the next year. In the future, I plan on doing more than just candles. I want to do custom candles, which I've already started doing. I want to participate in the Go Ottawa Make It Market this year, and I want to start doing more things than just candles, including woodworking to complement the candles, and a mobile candle lab, which would be fun at parties for people to make candles like on their own. Thank you. And that's our website.
Good job. Thank you, Mason, for being here. A question for you. You talked about custom candles. There, you go to a farmer's market. There are a lot of products there. There are a lot of folks selling candles. I am a purchaser. I like candles. So what sets yours apart from others? You say custom candle. What sets yours apart? I love the names. Those are great. Those are catchy. But what else would set your product apart?
So one of my biggest things is my customer service. I love getting to know people, talking with them. I'm not just going to sell you a candle. We're going to have a good conversation at the market. Beyond that, I'll sell to people that I know. I give them my emails everywhere, so they email me and they're like, I want a candle for this event. I want to give it to this person. Can you help me out? And I can put their name on the label and just do fun things for them to make it more personal.
I think your name is very unique too, Smelly Kids. I think that's cute.
Thank you.
I want to buy a candle. Why should I buy your candle? What distinguishes you from the hundreds of other candles out there?
The big thing would be, first of all, we're more local in your community, and I'm a kidpreneur, which just people tend to like that more.
Car washes are insufficient for that purpose because they don't clean the inside of the interior at all, and the outside is not cleaned in as depth as a detailer would clean it. Another point is there's no detailers in my area. The nearest detailer is 25 to 30 minutes away from where I live. My solution, which is my business, saves customers time. They don't have to go to a car wash or get it detailered at a detailing shop because I go to them, and I give a more in-depth cleaning than a car wash, and it's convenient because all they have to do is set up a time and an appointment with me, and then I'll show up at their house at the selected date. My target market is fairly large. It appears to multiple different markets. It appears to people aged 30 to 45 with upper and middle class because they'll have disposable income and they probably have messy kids, but aren't new parents that don't have as much money to spend on that. Another market, age 55 to 75, retired with moderate to high income or savings. They may not want to clean their car for hours, or they might not be able to if they're getting there. And they just want to be able to spend the money without having to put in all that time. Another market is sports or luxury car owners with disposable income that just have pride in a clean car and have the money to spend on that. There's also limited competition. As I said before, there's no detailers in my area, so the demand should be good. For my plan, my marketing will be all on Facebook organically to start out with, because that will be free and I will be able to reach locally, which is what my target is. My costs are $20 to $25 a month, which mostly includes gas and occasionally resupplying my detailing supplies, because the cost per car is quite low. It's just chemicals, and because most of it is it's a service-based business, so costs are low. And my revenue is around $120 per car, depending on what they order, more or less, which is $480 a month if I do 1 car a month starting out. 1 car a week starting out. I plan to expand my services to include certain things like ceramic coatings, polishing, paint corrections, which will extend the amount that I can make per car and per month. I will also plan to increase prices as I become more experienced and can provide a better and quicker service. With the funding that I may receive, I will plan to upgrade my tools, chemicals, and equipment, which I already have tools picked out for that. And that is all.
The most intriguing category I see up there is the sports and luxury cars. Mm-hmm. But you'll be dealing with some very finicky customers.
Yes.
Do you have insurance built into your plan to where you have insurance for any damages you might cause to any of these vehicles?
For more expensive and luxury and sport cars owners, I will probably turn them away at first, especially if it's like a higher end car, until I become more experienced so I can limit that and actually pay for insurance. But starting out, I'm not sure what the best route is to go yet, so I'm still looking for the best answer to that.
While I focused on the higher end cars, every car you touch, you have the potential to damage.
Yes, sir.
And you either need to set up a reserve for damaging that car and or having insurance if you damage that car. Now let me ask you another question. The introduction indicated that by the time you got out of high school, you wanted this business to create a living for you. What's that target?
What was that last part?
How much is your target? You want this business to make you self-sufficient. How much does it take to make you self-sufficient?
I'm not sure what the future will hold for cost and like living.
That's not my question. How much money do you want to make? How much money do you need to live on?
At least starting out, 30 to 40,000 a year, like getting out of high school, which after I add more services and increase prices as I get better, I can provide better service and have a better living.
Okay. With $40,000 a year, how many cars do you have to do?
For $40,000 a year, I'm not sure of that question. It depends on the price, what they choose. It can fluctuate.
Can you follow me to my home this evening and clean my car? Because it needs it really bad. How long have you been doing this, Logan? And how many cars do you have a sense that you've done so far that you have gained the expertise in this area?
I've cleaned a couple cars so far. One of them was very bad, and it took me around 5 hours to get back to good. And it's been my just friends and family's cars, and I plan to increase the amount of cars I detail. This is all for free, so I know what I'm doing.
And then one other observation, an entrepreneur researches their area to find a void. And I think you've done that and explained that to us. So I encourage you to continue and expand upon this. And it's I think a great opportunity for you at this point in your high school career to do it after school, part-time, summertime. And I think it's a really good idea.
Thank you.
Look, and you talk about mobile, L&M mobile detailing, but I didn't hear anything in your presentation about what's that look like. Are you coming to me? Tell me about that, and tell me about, again, I go back to the words sources and uses of cash. Tell me, from a startup capital standpoint, what kind of dollars do you need? Are you putting it on your bicycle, or you put it in your car? Tell me.
I already have a car. I don't have my license yet. I'll be starting in April when I get my license.
Okay.
But I will just pack everything in the back of my trunk and in my seats if necessary. And eventually down the line, I may upgrade to a larger car.
So listen to my attorney friend sitting next to me. He's right on when it talks about liability insurance and business insurance, something you really need to take a look at.
What was that?
Insurance, business insurance liability, product damage, you really need to take a look at that and make sure that that's part of your plan going forward.
It's part of my plan to look at it and consider the pros and cons of both options and to consider the costs. But I'm not sure what the best route is to go at the moment. Thank you.
Great job, Logan. That is the end of the high school category. Let's give one more round of applause for our high school participants tonight. Not only did they have great ideas, but I think that we can all agree that it takes a lot of guts to get up here as a high school student. You couldn't have paid me any amount of money to be standing behind this microphone as a high school student, and Carla's paying me a lot for this tonight as well, so I'm happy to be up here. At this time, we are going to take just a very brief intermission between now and our second category, which is the innovative business category. Carla said that I should tell jokes in between, so I have been over there crafting some jokes, and I have them written down for you. Just kidding. That's the only joke I'm going to tell tonight, I promise. While she is collecting, thank you. You should all be clapping right now. Thanks. All right, it looks like we have collected the scores from the first category, so thankfully you will not have to listen to any jokes for me during this intermission, but I would welcome you to please feel free to go back and grab more snacks and drinks as we move on to the second category. So our second category this evening is the innovative business category. And first up in this category is Lydia Laskova. She is a senior majoring in computer science and math. And Lydia shared with us that her father is a businessman, and she has been living in the entrepreneurial environment her whole life and was always advised to learn more about businesses, industries, different disciplines, and to open a business in the future. She knew that it would be a great experience to try to write her first business plan as a student, and as soon as she saw this contest, she knew that she wanted to do it. So with that, Lydia, welcome to the stage.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lydia, and I'm going to present my business idea that, in my opinion, will make people's life easier. Now imagine this. A tourist from Europe trying to find a way to hotel, a student in the bar ready to go home, you about to enter the concert, your friend at the shopping mall, a businessman on a business trip, or a middle schooler going from one activity to another. And it needs to check in with parents. The question is, what might they have in common? They have a situation when they're almost out of battery. In nowadays world, it's essential to stay connected and to stay charged on the go. No power means no way to pay, navigate, call, text, or scan tickets. Finding an outlet is inconvenient and charging takes time. Tourists might face extra challenges as they have different plugs and adapters. So they need a solution that is fast, convenient, and always available. Charges On is the best solution for that. Charges On establishes kiosks that each has 9 chargers in them, and charger has 3 plugs, lighting, USB-A, and USB-C. They're placed in high-traffic locations, and users rent a charger through the app or website by entering card information and paying $20 deposit. Then there are 2 pricing options, $2 per hour or $6 per day. Payments continue until the charge is returned. After $20 is paid, the charge doesn't need to be returned. Charges can be returned to any kiosks. You can see pictures of that on the right. How generally works. A user spots a Charges On kiosk nearby, walks up, scans a QR code, opens the website, then selects a payment, grabs a charger, plugs in the phone, and returns it later. Simple as that. Now I'm going to talk about market demand and marketing strategy. In the United States, there are over 500 airports, over 1,000 malls, 1,000 train and bus stations, and there are more than 1,000 concerts per year. But Charges On will focus only on major locations. So it starts with 37 major airports, malls, 30 train and bus stations. Talking about marketing strategy, it will start using location-based push notifications in weather or Waze apps. When you're going to the airport, you're using the Uber, and then it shows pop-ups the message, low battery, rent a Charges On charger nearby for initial marketing. It will also use some partnerships, event partnerships for festivals, concerts, and stadiums, and partnership with airlines. Rent it in the airplane and return it to the boarding attendant, return it to the boarding attendant to the next flight if you have a few transits and flights. What makes Charges On unique? It's nationwide network. Rent at one location, returned it at another. Then deposit-based system, there is no surprising fees. There is revenue sharing model. All those locations, airports, malls, and venues earn from kiosk sales. And Charges On doesn't have rent in fixed costs. And there are some smart marketing strategies. Talking about revenue, as I said, $2 per hour and $6 per day. There are certain late return and lost charges fees. Partnership contracts include 15% revenue share. You can see the simple graph on the right that just shows the revenue. It varies from $180,000 to $300,000. And the approximate break-even point is 42 days. It's just hard to estimate it as you don't know the demand at the start and later, but I think I showed it for the later, I showed it. The break-even point is 42 days, but estimation of revenue, you figure out the revenue. Yeah, you can see the revenue, it's estimated. And Charges On is the greatest solution to stay charged in a fast-paced environment. And thank you for your attention, and stay charged.
First of all, I think it's a great idea. I got back over the weekend from Las Vegas, and these kiosks are everywhere. What strikes me different from what you have laid out here as opposed to what I saw last week is your location-based push notifications. Can you explain to me how that system will be incorporated, which will significantly market to those people who may need it immediately?
Yes, so there are many weather, Uber, Waze applications, and then when you search there for a certain location, that there are keywords like airport, malls, festivals, there are ads in those locations that you can buy, and then it pushes up that notification saying come to, you need a charger, come to the gate B in this terminal, and this is the initial marketing, how it works, and integrating with those applications, you buy the advertisement there, and then when you use those applications, those notifications pop up, and the person looks at it and remembers about it later.
Lydia, do you have a working prototype?
Do I have what?
Do you have a working prototype?
Working prototype?
Right. Do you have something that's already ready to go? Do you have a product that you could show us, or designs, or how are you going to go to market with this?
So this business already exists, but not that. It exists more broad in different, I would say, countries. And in the United States, personally, I haven't met it. I haven't seen those things in any airports. So theoretically, you can order those things online. I was personally looking at China markets because it's cheaper to order from there, those kiosks and chargers. That was my idea, to order that from there, and then there is a prototype. And the amount of kiosks was estimated, so you can start from 1, you can choose 50, 100, 150, depends how much you want to spend on your initial costs and how much revenue you want to get.
I'm glad you went there. So initial costs, do you have an idea of what those initial costs are again? And then where's that capital resource going to come from? Have you identified that?
Yes, so initial cost depends on how much kiosks I would want to establish. So for 100 kiosks, the initial costs will be around $200,000, but it also includes app development, because one kiosk costs around $1,400, and one charger costs around $10, plus some shipping. But again, as I said, I can start with lower amount, like 50, and then the initial cost decrease. And then talking about where would I get those capital, I think I would talk with investors, because it's pretty innovative, and it's not that in use yet.
Great idea, by the way. I travel, and I don't know how many times I lose power, but long story short, how do you recuperate lost items or lost devices? Do you build in any type of program that causes the breaking your question?
Yeah, so users use the application. So we track, each user has it. So if something happens with the charger, that's why there is a deposit-based system. So they're charged $20, and it's much more than the charger costs. So this business gets more profit if something happens with the charger.
Great job, Lydia. Our second contestant in the innovative business category is Ava Kiefer. Ava is a junior majoring in our animal science program, and her goal is to become successful in the agriculture industry and to make a difference. Ava, if you could please join us on stage.
So my name is Ava Kiefer, and my idea is Kiefer Acres Livestock Company. So I want to start by asking, have you ever thought about where your beef comes from? At Kiefer Acres Livestock Company, we're not just raising cattle. We're building a sustainable future for our community. Our mission is simple yet powerful: to provide locally sourced premium beef raised with ethical farming practices while supporting agricultural education through partnerships with local programs like 4-H and FFA. Growing up, I always had a passion for cattle farming, but I didn't have all of the resources to get involved. That's why at Kiefer Acres, one of my main goals is to give kids who don't have access to animals the chance to work with them. By collaborating with local 4-H chapters and FFA groups, we'll provide the next generation of farmers with the opportunity to raise and learn from cattle, just as I wish I would have when I was younger. The cattle farming industry in Ohio is valued around $1.4 billion, and it is increasing. The consumer demand is shifting towards locally sourced, ethically raised food. People want to know where their food comes from and how it's produced. This presents a tremendous opportunity for my company to meet this demand and provide a sustainable, locally trusted alternative to mass-produced beef. Our target market includes Ohio residents who value fresh, locally sourced beef, restaurants that focus on local ingredients, and educational programs like 4-H and FFA that need high-quality breeding stock for future farmers. In the beginning, we will start small and focus on building a solid foundation. Our initial revenue will be limited as we raise the cows, with time needed for breeding and calf growth before they are ready for sale. As we learn how to efficiently run the operation, we will gradually scale up. By year 3, we expect to transition into profitability, and by year 5, we anticipate steady growth as our herd expands and production increases. Our revenue will grow progressively as we refine our processes and increase sales of both beef production and breeding stock. We understand that building a successful business takes time, but with patience and consistent effort, we expect to be profitable and sustainable operation in the years ahead. To reach our audience, we'll focus on a strategic marketing approach. I want to have a good brand, so we will build a strong, sustainable brand emphasizing ethical farming and community connections. Our beef will be available through farmers markets, online sales, local restaurants, and partnerships with agricultural programs. We'll leverage social media to showcase farm life and our commitment to sustainability while maintaining a user-friendly website for product sales and engagement. Our long-term vision is to expand beyond beef production in the next 5 years. We want to experiment in pork production and other livestock, all while maintaining our commitment to sustainable farming practices and community engagement. We're not just building a farm, we are laying the foundation for a legacy of ethical, transparent farming that will benefit both the environment and future generations of farmers. In conclusion, we are more than just a business. It's a movement towards sustainability, ethical sourcing, and community engagement. As we embark on this exciting journey, we invite you to join us in supporting local agriculture, ethical farming, and the future of sustainable food production. By offering a platform for kids who might not otherwise have access to livestock, we're not just changing the way people eat, we're changing the way they think about agriculture. Thank you for your time and consideration.
So Ava, very good. Thank you very much for being here this evening. So truckers and farmers, peas and carrots. So somehow you have to get those, that beef to market, and truckers help you do that, don't we?
Yep.
A lot of farmers own trucks and their own equipment. So I recently had heard this statistic that, and I don't know how or I came about this, and you can probably confirm this, America is 300,000 cows short to feeding our population on an annual basis. 300,000. So that's why we depend on outsourcing outside of our country, and because we can't produce it ourselves. So I find this a very neat product. We need this in our country. I like that you started out with a vision statement and a mission. I think that's very important to bring investors into your business because they need to identify with that. So everyone should have that as a precursor to their, when they're approaching investors. My question to you again, as our previous, where are you going to get the capital? You said you wanted to start with 20 heifers, and where is that capital going to come from to buy those?
So I plan on getting a job after I graduate to save up some money. I have some money saved up already, but I want to get a job involving like breeding and all of that to get an idea of what is going to happen, and then save up money and start, buying and experimenting with different prices because the market fluctuates all the time.
Absolutely, it's a commodity. So what average price of a heifer?
It can vary. They usually go by pounds. Right now, I believe it's about $2 a pound, and most cattle are 1,400 pounds, but it depends on the market and like what time of year, so it really varies on price.
Ava, I appreciate your passion. I can see it. I can feel it in your plan. You know, you are a animal science major, and you're going to actually do something with your degree, which is fabulous in the discipline that you've you're studying. So startup costs, I think back to Sherry's question. What's it going to cost to get you rolling? Do you have a barn? What's that look like? Are you going to be renting space? Please tell me how that works.
So right now, I have a small barn at home, and I plan on kind of experimenting the first year and buying a few cattle. I plan on putting them out on pasture. We have a horse that we can put them out with. The startup costs for the actual business and buying all of the cattle, it's going to cost quite a bit of money, and I'm ready for failure. I'm here to accept it because I know it's going to happen, but I'm just planning on building my way up and figuring out what works best.
No. So what's, back to Sherry's question, what's 2 or 3 or 5 startup cattle costs? And I see the $355,000, that's a lot of dollars. Can you rent a place? We know you have fields. Just give us an idea of what that's going to look like.
I have thought about leasing like a farm field and putting cattle on it while they are not in season, and then working with that farmer to possibly make some money. What was the other? It depends on what stage I buy them at, but if I was buying them at market, I would say possibly around $15,000 if I were to buy, say, 5 cattle.
Great job, Ava. Our last participant in the innovative business category is Michaela Oman. Michaela is a freshman marketing major, and when asked what inspired her to enter, she said her past entries inspired her, and also seeing all of the hard work that Professor Treadway puts into this event. So without further ado, we would like to welcome Michaela to the stage.
Hello. Okay, so the Red Pocket. Helping women feel themselves one cycle at a time. Our mission statement is to empower women in agriculture by providing stylish and practical products to carry all of their period essentials. Women in our target market is women in agriculture, the ages of 13 to 55. Our goal is to develop a product line to empower women to excel in their field while helping them perform in the best they can while fostering their confidence in every step of the journey. And why we are different, we are a new product that no one has thought of. So how it works, you can look at that as I explain it. But so the big pocket, you're gonna put your tampons in these 2 elastic straps, and then you can put your pads in here or in any of the pockets on the other side. And then, so you flip it around, you can put your money, your cards, your ID, really anything that's small enough, you can put it there. You can clip your keychains at the top here, and you can put any type of medications that you have, or really anything that you'd like to be put in here, and then you just clip it onto your boot and go. And then the concert clip, you can put your tampons in here and your pads on this side, and then yet again, just clip it into your boots. The cost. So, hang on. Oh, I didn't go through, hang on, back up. So the big pocket, we're going to sell this at $18.75, and that's gonna be before taxes. So we haven't added in the tax due to the fact that we are going to be selling across the US. And then the concert clip is $15. Okay, so the cost to make it for the big pocket is $6.13, and then the prototype is, or the concert clip, I'm sorry, is $6.75. Overall, this would give us a total profit of $7,767.45 if 738 units are sold. Our location, so we're going to be selling wholesale to small businesses, Western boutiques, specialized stores, and local farm and feed stores. And then we're also going to be retailing it on our website. Marketing strategy, we're going to use Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, sponsor local events, social media, email and text, and then we're going to rely a lot on word of mouth. And we're going to use attention grabbers as the unique design, and then we're going to use Western / country icons. Partnerships, manufacturing companies, obviously, to make these products the best they can be, they need to be manufactured somewhere in a factory. And then, like I said, small businesses, boutiques, local farm and feed stores. Competitors. Period wallet from Etsy, period pouch from Etsy, and then the period bag from Amazon. So yes, we do have competitors, and yes, there is a market. However, there is nothing like the Red Pocket. What sets us apart? It's an idea that no one has mastered yet. We have a passion for serving our target market, and we've put women's needs first. And we have the innovative approach. Are there any questions?
There's any questions, but I love your passion. Did a great job.
How many Red Pockets have you produced to date?
The 4 I have, those 2 that I have on the table, and then the 2 that I used to reference.
Okay. Are there others, friends, other students that have used this?
I haven't gotten it past that stage yet. In all honesty, I'm just trying to make it the best I possibly can because, I'm a user of it. I'm from the agricultural industry. I understand these struggles as a woman, so I want to perfect it to my liking before I put it out there to my friends and family.
What's your timeline to do that?
As soon as possible.
I was going to ask, the problem you're trying to solve, and I think you just answered that for me, is what is your background? Because I think you have a problem that you're trying to solve and you need to get that out.
Yeah.
And I know the horseman world, I don't want to assume anything put in your mouth, but I know when you're going on trails, riding and stuff, this is an issue with having equipment close to you. Is that your experience, or how did you come up with this idea?
So I show swine, but when you're working, say, I work at a feed store. I work at Legacy Country Corner. So when you're working, you can't always just have your products on you all the time, to where the Red Pocket will give you a solution. And that's something that we'd also like to expand. Yes, right now it is severely agricultural based, but to expand, I want to bring it more to, that way you can wear it with tennis shoes too, and bring it more to a market. That way it's specifically agriculture, but that way more people are able to use it and understand what it's like.
Are you seeing this product inside the boot or out on the outside, just from a practicality point?
On the
Is that
inside.
what you're talking about?
So, but your next question is probably about the metal hurting you, but it'll clip on this side. Sorry, I'll put this down. It'll clip on this side right here. That way that your leg is here. That way it doesn't hurt you. Any other questions? If not, thank you for your time and attention.
Very good job, Michaela. Let's give one more round of applause to our participants in the Innovative Business category. So I would be remiss if we did not thank some of our sponsors and all of those who made tonight possible. So we would like to thank the Ohio Small Business Association for their help in coordinating a workshop for participants with the SCORE mentors early in February, as well as AR Marketing, a business partner of the UF College of Business, who provided a marketing workshop. They provided personalized feedback for participants for their business plan marketing sections. And then lastly, we would like to thank our business partner, First National Bank, for providing a workshop where students in the innovative competition could have Joe Mayberry review their financial aspects of their business plan for the competition. So at this time, we are going to move into our last category, which is the UF Student and Business category. Our first candidate tonight is John Wesley Karani, who is a computer science major. And John shared with us, music has always been a core part of my life and career. Since 2019, I have taught piano, guitar, drums, and vocals, helping students develop their musical skills. However, after moving to the US, I faced significant challenges in conducting online lessons. I had to rely on multiple platforms: Google Meet for video calls, separate websites for notation writing, different tools for feedback collection, and various subscription-based services for essential teaching resources. Managing all of these tools was both inefficient and costly. So John, please come up to the stage and share with us your idea for the UF Student and Business category.
That kind of summarized everything that I wanted to say, but I'm going to say it anyways. Well, I was thinking about different ways to start my speech here or pitch here. I was thinking about actually playing the piano. I was also thinking about a funny question, but I ended up with this decision that I have to share my experience. What good way to share a personal experience and then try to figure out a solution for that. Imagine you're a music teacher. You're sitting in front of 2 screens, and then you're juggling between 3 platforms, trying to make notes on one, trying to talk to your student on the other platform, and also giving feedback on another platform. On the other side, your student is also facing the same issue. And then time passes by. Within 15 minutes or something, the student loses interest in learning that particular lesson. Teacher struggles to teach that particular lesson, and they end their class there. This goes on the loop. This is something which I faced since many years. Once again, I'm John Wesley. This is my story. This is my personal experience. This is where I came from, and I wanted to find a solution to that. Music platforms or teaching music online has always been a great passion to me. But then, finding out easy ways to do that has also been a struggle. We are trying to find a solution to a problem which is already existing in a market. And the solution that I came up with is building an actual platform which comprises all of these features together. A platform in which you can build, in which you can actually talk to your student. At the same time, a platform in which you can show notes and make notes. A platform in which you will be having AI-powered feature to actually give feedback to the students, and also a platform which is quite affordable. I had to pay for 3 different platforms, 3 different subscriptions every month to take up these classes and then have them run smoothly. Which also costed me a lot at the same time for the students as well. This is not just me, but every teacher goes through the similar situations. And this platform that I'm planning on building helps find a solution to this thing. And the price models for this business that I'm thinking is similar to this one. We have 4 kinds of subscriptions. The first one is basic subscription, where the student will pay $20 a month, $19.99. And the second type of subscription is a premium one, where student pays $49. And then the third one is a golden subscription, where the student pays almost about $250 a month. And the last one is an annual payment option. Now, what does these subscriptions or these modes do? The basic one gives students access to the online lessons that already exist in the platform. And the premium one gives an option for students to interact with teachers and then talk to them in person and live. The golden subscription is a step up. What it does is it has, well, my plan is to get teachers from very prestigious music universities to come and take classes in this platform. And a student who pays this subscription also will be able to take classes from these elite teachers who are already there in the market. That's the differentiation between all of these three models. Now, there is also a fourth option where students can individually buy a certain episode of a plan or a certain episode of a particular lesson plan that any teacher could produce. Now, yes, there is competition in the market. There are different companies who did similar thing, but then the features that I have planned, all of them don't have those similar features, but we are trying to stand out. Thank you.
Well, I disclosed this evening that I have education's degree. Those education degrees happen to be in music. I was a music teacher for 5 years. My parents, especially my father, he was like, why would you want to be a music teacher? Well, I loved music. I was a band geek. I was a percussion, played drums. I was in the band at Ohio State. Wow. I mean, I love music. And I taught, but I can't imagine trying not to do that in person. But this world has changed.
Yes.
This world has changed, and certainly our young people are very screen savvy.
Yes.
So I'm trying to visualize how you connect with that student through this platform. Is it visual? How do you get a parent to say, okay, I'm going to buy $249? That's not cheap. So how would you engage a student or a family to buy this product?
Yes, so if you don't mind me asking again, is the question that how do I get students to get enrolled? All right, so these platforms already exist in the market. Students are tending towards taking online classes more compared to in-person classes. Now, marketing would be one of the things that I'll be focusing on, saying that it is accessible anywhere, anytime that they want. They can access to the lessons that are in the platform anytime, and they can have access to these lessons from anywhere they want.
And how will you find them? How will you connect with them? Where's your resource to connect to families?
The marketing would be the one. So when you said connect, are you talking about the platform itself? Yes.
Yeah, connectivity is a whole nother issue that we have in our country, but how will you, market to a family?
Social media marketing was the first option that I was going to go to. Advertising on Facebook, Instagram, and influencer advertising would be another thing. There are many well-known musicians on Instagram and Facebook that they share their work over there. I've seen platforms hire these influencers to post a certain video, a 30-second video about the platform, where they get to share their experience. That is one of the ways that I was thinking of.
I'd like to follow up on that. So if I'm a music teacher, how do I find you and how do I sign up for your program and make it a personalized learning path?
So you're talking from a student perspective?
No, from an instructor perspective. Are you using other instructors or is it just you and AI?
No, there are going to be other instructors, yes. This is going to be an open platform where any music teacher can come, create their account, and then have a platform for which the teacher would also be paying a little subscription to use all of these platforms. And this is going to be completely SEO-based advertising, where we go on to Google, put this website out there, and then use blogs as one of those ways to attract customers. And for example, if I'm a teacher, I can go onto website, I can go onto Google and search online platforms to teach music. And then with the blogs that I'm posting and with the SEO customizations that I do to this website, I happen to pop up on the top. And then when they click on that, that is how mostly the 70% of the teachers that I want on this platform would be coming through this method is what I'm expecting it to be.
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Do you see this primarily as a teacher platform or primarily as a student platform?
I see this as a two-way win because I want both teachers and students also to be comfortable. That is the main goal behind this one.
I understand that answer, but those two markets are significantly different. The marketing focus to reach one market is significantly different than the marketing focus to reach the other market. I would urge you to be very careful about going too broad. If it were me, I'd pick one of those two to start with, make one of those two successful. I like the teacher approach better personally.
Yep.
And then the teachers can market the product for you, and as that develops, the student, I think, could come. But I think you got to be real careful there.
Thank you. Yes.
Great job, John. Our second candidate in the UF Student in Business category is a familiar face. We would like to welcome Michaela Oman back to the stage. And her goal in this category is to one day be able to give back to the community and the organizations that raised her. So Michaela, welcome back to the stage.
Man, I guess you just can't get rid of me. More image and marketing. Create your vision. Our mission statement is to create Mission statement is to create impactful logos, photography, and designs that help your business connect with your audience and grow. Our target market is small businesses, families, family farms, high school seniors, and professionals. Overall, we are really trying to target the new business owners and anyone looking for a photo session or any service alike. Our current goal right now is to get our name out there and create brand awareness. What makes us different? We are a company that wants to make sure our customers have a unique experience and personalized outcomes. Our services include photography, business logos, t-shirt designs, and social media and marketing assistance. And what the social media and marketing assistance means is that we will take a company's, say, Instagram page, and we'll manage it and just really help them build their own brand as well as we are building ours. So how it works. First, you contact us via our website, social media, my email, or the email, and then we will set up a meeting and discuss how we can help you best. So obviously, if you're a high school senior and need a senior session, well, you can just text or have a call. We don't actually need to set up a meeting to discuss what you really want. And then step 3 is we take action and help your businesses grow, or in other case, take your photos. So then this is our service menu right here. This is kind of like a general, and then here's like the different packages. The packages are more aimed towards the photography part of our business. And then the finances. So for our total startup cost, $4,990, $4,990. And then our monthly cost we're looking at right now is around $315. So our location, Hancock County and surrounding areas. However, yes, let's go back a few slides. So $35 fee will be added to travel, that I have to travel 30 minutes from my home or from Hancock County in general. Our marketing strategy, digital marketing will be Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and then we'll use email and text. And then our traditional marketing will be radio stations, sponsor local events, and word of mouth. Right now, we are really trying to get our name out there, and we are just, we have donated a few things to help like benefits in our community. So we're just really trying to get our name out there and build our brand. What sets us apart, we are affordable. We're not like most photographers to where we have an outstanding price. We are affordable, that way anyone can afford our services. We are set up for small businesses. So we are not like the big corporate type businesses that help other corporate businesses. We are small. We are geared towards our community, and we are agricultural based. As I said earlier, I'm from the agricultural industry. I understand that if we're helping a family farm, that they can't help, like they don't need to be contacted during the fall and spring, because that's their busy time. I'll step back and I'll do my own thing and help them take pictures maybe of while they're doing their service, and we strive to create personal connections with our customers. Are there any questions?
We're going to clap for you. Clap, 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 clap. Okay, I've got a quick question. So this is a ongoing business, is that correct? It's already started and you're producing revenue?
So it was more of a hobby till recently.
Yes.
Right now, I am not creating any revenue. Like I said, I am trying to get my name out there and build my brand the best I can. That way later I can create revenue.
Okay, this is a really difficult question. You ready?
Okay.
More image or red pocket?
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Red pocket or more image? It's difficult to serve two masters.
I know.
So what's your passion?
To serve the industries that raised me.
To do what?
To serve the industries that raised me.
Okay, very cool.
Any other questions?
If you're asking me, Red Pocket is more creative.
Yeah.
More imaging is more traditional. It's maybe not quite as innovative, but I think you have some incredible ideas of how to present it in ways that it is not otherwise presented. Mm-hmm. So I agree with the judge on my left that you got to be really careful. You only have so much bandwidth.
Yep.
That's an old term, folks. That you've got to focus your energy and attention on what you think will serve you and your market best.
Yeah.
So.
Any other questions?
Photography, has this been a passion for you for a long time? I mean,
So
and
I just
branding?
kind of got into it recently. I got a camera for Christmas, so I've been kind of testing it out, taking pictures on my own family farm. This picture is that's actually my grandpa there in the combine. I just took that outside the house, and then that's actually my sister. She was my model.
I really like the uniqueness of the agricultural community. Is there anyone else in your space, in this community, that's like in the rural agricultural photography space?
So most of the competitors, which I know there's a lot of photography business out there, but most of the competitors don't offer like a service that we will help from point A to get you to point B. We kind of want to be like a bridge. That way you can start from go to where you're at and then build it up to what you want it to be. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you for your time and attention.
Great job, Michaela. Our last candidate this evening is Melissa Westergaard. Melissa is a graduate student in her third year of the Doctor of Physical Therapy program here at the University of Findlay. Her goal for participating in this competition is to showcase the progress that she's made with the support of several professors, particularly Dr. Mark Durnock and Dr. Angie Huber, whose expertise has guided her in launching her own physical therapy practice. Melissa, please come up to the stage.
Good evening, judges, faculty, and guests. Imagine recovering from surgery, but struggling to get to therapy, or being a senior without reliable transportation and forced to delay the care you need. Too many patients face these barriers, leading to slower recovery and poor health outcomes. My name is Melissa Westergaard, and I founded Aging Vitality Physical Therapy and Wellness to change that. The mission is simple: bring high-quality, specialized physical therapy directly into patients' homes, making care more accessible, convenient, and effective. Today, I'll show you how Aging Vitality meets a critical market need, offering a scalable and profitable business model. Traditional PT requires patients to travel, wait, and fit appointments into busy schedules, challenging for seniors, those with chronic conditions, and post-surgical patients. Aging Vitality flips this model by offering in-home, one-on-one care, eliminating barriers and improving outcomes. The practice specializes in high-demand services like vestibular rehab, Parkinson's therapy, and dry needling, rarely seen in home therapy, in home settings. By integrating skilled PT with wellness coaching, the approach supports long-term health rather than focusing solely on short-term recovery. The physical therapy market is booming, growing at 4.6% annually and expected to reach 62 million by 2030. More patients are choosing home-based care, yet in Charleston, South Carolina, where I live, there are few mobile PT providers, leaving a massive opportunity. Aging Vitality serves key populations: seniors and individuals with mobility challenges, patients with neurological conditions, busy professionals. By delivering personalized mobile care, the practice is perfectly positioned to lead in this underserved market. Aging Vitality is not just needed, it's profitable. Year 1 revenue projections are $151,000, and then year 3 up to $826,000. Profit margins are 47% and higher due to the low overhead and subscription-based revenues. Startup costs are around $80,000, and that's funded through personal investment and small business loans. This lean, high-value model ensures rapid growth and sustainability. What sets Aging Vitality apart? Unlike traditional clinics, this model eliminates transportation barriers and offers flexible scheduling, including evenings and weekends, which is rare in PT. Most competitors focus on volume, treating multiple patients at once. This practice prioritizes quality and personalization, delivering one-on-one treatments, specialized therapies, and holistic wellness programs. The ability to treat high-demand conditions like Parkinson's and vestibular disorders gives this practice a distinct advantage. Proven strategies will drive client growth: community wellness workshops and mobility screenings, digital marketing, subscription packages, and referral incentives. These low-cost, high-impact strategies will position Aging Vitality as the leading mobile PT provider in Charleston, with potential for expansion beyond. Aging Vitality is not just a business, it's a movement. This is evolving physical therapy by making it more accessible, effective, and personalized. With a growing market, scalable model, and clear path to profitability, Aging Vitality is positioned to succeed. I invite you to join me in reimagining physical therapy, one home visit at a time. Thank you.
I have 2 questions.
Bring it.
Sorry,
I've been excited to hear your questions the whole time.
My first question is this a service that Medicare or a Medicare supplemental or a Medicare Advantage plan will reimburse you for your services?
I love this question. There are 3 different revenue models, and Medicare Part B and Medicare Advantage are the target audience here. And the reason Medicare Part B is because these patients do not have to be medically homebound. They can still leave their home, go into the community, but it tends to be a little bit more challenging for them. So yes, Medicare Part B and Medicare Advantage will be, those will be insurances.
It would strike me as that would be one of your primary revenue sources to qualify for those programs.
It's not the primary. It's going to be one of them. And the reason for this, it's molded by my passion. My passion is working with geriatric patients. And geriatric patients all are covered by Medicare in the US. So that's feeding my passion, but I'm also targeting patients with the subscription-based systems or subscription-based models, and also single self-pay visits. And those are for all ages, and also specialized treatment. So I'm combining both.
My second question. Your slide said your margin is 47 to 50%.
Yes.
Does that include labor costs?
Yes, it does. And that you will see in my, I want to say it's page 7 or 8 of
I have
my
no
business.
paperwork.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, I need to give you that because it's quite extensive and detailed. I'll bring that to you.
So you would hit at a 47 to 50% profit margin when you pick anybody out here to do your physical therapy.
Yes.
You can pay them what they need to be paid, and you're still going to make a 47 to 50% margin on it.
Yes, sir. So year 1's projected 47%, year 2's 44, and year 3 is around 50. And the way I have that built out is year 1 is going to be 50% client base with a PT, and 25% client base with a PTA, a PT assistant. And then as the years go on, we're going to slowly increase and, hopefully grow with client base, slowly increase the amount of time and staff. And so that's all detailed in my business plan. I'll bring that to you.
Melissa, I
Yes.
understand you said self-funded. You're going to self-fund this
Partially, I have
at $80,000?
I have a good amount of savings.
Okay.
I am middle-aged. I actually have a 19-year-old daughter, so I've been working towards this for a while. And
So I appreciate that. That's, when you have skin in the game, especially that kind of money, congratulations, that's good stuff. Scalability, talk to me about scalability, where you want to go, how's this scalable?
So this is scalable in that, first of all, I have a very unique, we do specialized services. So I'm trained specially in vestibular rehab, Parkinson's therapy, as well as dry needling. Those are things that you cannot get at every PT clinic or with every PT. Those are, being able to treat patients with those services is unique. So being able to scale, I've got adding more staff, and as well as expanding my target area as far as for where I'm traveling. The business is open, but I am not currently seeing patients. I'm finishing my program right now, actually. This is my finals weekend, so thank you. Thank you.
Excellent job, Melissa, and great work to all of our candidates this evening. At this time, we will be tallying the scores for the winners for all 3 categories. We're going to give the judges some time to finish that up, and Carla some time to calculate the scores as well. So in the interim, I thought that I would share just a few facts about the important role that entrepreneurs and small businesses play in the fabric of the U.S. economy. Small Business Association reports that there were 8 million small businesses in the United States as of 2023. In the United States, about 85% of our small businesses have less than 20 employees. Small businesses comprise greater than 47% of the private sector employees in the United States. The average small business owner makes about $60,000 annually from his or her small business, and then the majority of small businesses allocate less than 2% of their budget to marketing. So some interesting statistics on small businesses. As Carla tabulates the final scores here, judges, any takeaways from tonight in terms of your thoughts on the competition?
If you need an investor, a 50% margin, I'm in, because that is a very good margin, and trying to be realistic in that. And I didn't get a chance to ask the question, but just for all of our candidates, just finding that unique niche many of you have, and just finding that and marketing that. That's the hard part, is finding customers. I've been in business as long as we have, and people are like, what do you do? So it's finding customers too, and marketing yourself.
Two observations. Number one, start with a passion. Start with something you're really interested in. And then pray that everybody else is interested in whatever you're interested in. I've had a number of clients who've come up. I've done my job for 43 years now. I've had a number of people come into me to help set up their businesses and organize their businesses. And some of them have had some incredible ideas, but we can't figure out how to market them. We can't figure out how to monetize them. I've had some clients who walk in and they've got patented products. And to me, those products really ought to be able to be monetized. But it is really tough taking it from that step, even the patented step, to something that's monetized, that it takes off. But if you don't start with your passion, it'll never work.
Congratulations to all of the students, and of course all of those who came with parents or friends or whoever, because this is a big chore. And I know that some of the students probably didn't sleep well last night, or the people who were pitching. I get it. So congratulations to you all. Also, congratulations to Carla Treadway. She has done a tremendous job. How about a huge round of applause for her? Our Dean in the College of Business, Dr. Overton, is with us. Dr. Overton, would you like to? Sorry, Dr. Schalk, if I'm stealing your thunder.
Just going to go ahead and get rid of the rest of my notes here, Kirk. It's okay.
That's good. And Dr. Schalk, she did a tremendous job, did she not? Yeah. I will also tell you in the audience tonight that the University of Findlay does have a vibrant and growing entrepreneurship program. So those of you who are in high school, we'd love to have you come to the University of Findlay and join us. We also have many of our faculty here tonight. So we're glad you're here, and we can't wait to see the results. Joe?
Again, this has been a great opportunity. I would say just be passionate, keep that passion in your heart, and solve those problems for your customers, because ultimately they're the ones that's going to pay your bill. So you just got to get really passionate about fixing their problems and looking to the vision of the customer, and then things will usually follow along after that. So that's my quick little advice.
Very true.
Well, judges, thank you so much for your time and for all the insight shared tonight. You asked some tough but very important questions of our candidates, and I think everyone walking away tonight hopefully is walking away with a lot of valuable insight as to some of the next things that you want to think about as you develop your businesses and your ideas. We would like to present the judges with some thank you gifts. Dr. Overton is going to bring those forward now. So once again, judges, thank you so much for your time and for your expertise this evening. Okay.
High school division.
Okay.
And if you want to stop for pictures, because I'll have to erase the boards. So if the high school and the second division would take pictures, then I got to erase the boards.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. I didn't want you to give your own gift to yourself, so Herbie is providing a thank you gift for our wonderful MC tonight. Thank you so much. I know that.
Thank you.
I think you found a new profession.
Sure.
And to the staff that all showed up, and in attendance, I love the teachers. Tell them to use a microphone. But I did deliver.
I have the results. Okay, we are going to start with the high school category. In third place, we have Logan. Logan will be receiving $500 for his third place idea. Logan, great job. And if you could go ahead and come up and get a picture with the judges and with your check. Congratulations, Logan. In second place, we have Mason Bining, and Mason will be receiving $750 for his idea. Mason, congratulations. Congratulations, Mason. And in first place for the high school division, we have Raven Maynard, and Raven will be winning $1,000 for her idea. Raven, congratulations. Congratulations to all of our candidates in the high school category. We are pausing for a brief reset of the large checks. Unfortunately, you don't get to take those home tonight, but real money's better anyhow, so you'll go home with that. Brandon, that was the second joke I had tonight. Thanks. Okay, for the innovative business category, in third place, we have Ava Kiefer. Ava will be awarded $500. Congratulations, Ava. In second place, we have Lydia Leskova, and Lydia will be winning $1,000 this evening. And then finally, in first place, we have Michaela Oman, and she will be awarded $1,500 this evening. Please do. Please come to the, oh, perfect.
Hello. All right, so we are greatly supported by an endowment that is very flexible in how we award and support our students. And the division of high school was added a couple years ago, and I really believe that it was a truly amazing thing to see high schoolers come up and win money for their great ideas. And then this year, when I asked Sherry, kind of like on an email, like, hey, what do you think about this? She said, let's go for it. So supporting students in business is really important. And so along with Kirk Kern, who brought in his expertise from other competitions, we decided to have a larger purse to support the student in business. They aren't going to take all of it home at first, though. They'll get the initial $1,500 for first place, and then be coming in and working with our mentorship and working with our staff and all the networking that we can provide to them to make sure that they're using it in a professional way and really grow their business. So just know that they'll leave with first place, just like first place in innovative idea, but the total that they're able to have is a $5,000 purse for first. And if I remember correct, it's been a busy day. I believe it's $2,000 for second and $1,000 for third. But they bring home the same amount as the winnings for the innovative idea. But being that continual resource for them and having them know that we are there to support them in their entrepreneurial efforts and the support of the endowment really helps us support our own business owners. So just throwing it out there. So $5,000, but we'll work on it. We'll meet after this, actually, to be honest. We'll meet after this, and I'll discuss how you get it. So do you want to do the honors of announcing, or do you want to do third?
Yes, absolutely.
You want to do third or first? What do you think?
We will do third place first. So in third place for the student in business is John Wesley Karani, who will be receiving $1,000. Congratulations, John. Congratulations. In second place, receiving $2,000 is Michaela Oman. Congratulations, Michaela. And in first place, receiving $5,000 in winnings and business support is Melissa Westergaard. Congratulations, Melissa. Well, I think that we can all agree that this evening was a great night of supporting both high school students and our UF students in their wonderful ideas that I have no doubt will go on to make a great impact in our community. So congratulations once again to all participants. Judges, thank you so much for being here this evening and for all of your hard work. And also one more round of applause for Carla Treadway for all of her hard work in putting this event together. Thank you all for coming this evening. I would encourage you all not only to not only come back next year, but also invite other students to participate and other students to come and attend. Everyone have a great night. Thank you.